Here we are once again talking about Sam Brinton, talking about theft, talking about airport luggage. Um, yeah, so I know maybe deja vu that I just made a story about this. I'm pretty sure it was last Friday, but Mr. Brinton is back in the news for stealing another person's luggage, this time in Las Vegas. There's actually currently a felony warrant out for their arrest. It doesn't necessarily mean they are guilty of the felon, but it does bring to question why there have been so many legal situations involving theft and a United States official for nuclear energy. And now I'm going to go into my part of the video where this is obvious. It is obvious that people who operate like Sam Brinton have issues. I'm not going to say that they are all criminals, although it appears that Sam Brinton happens to be one. I believe that people are innocent until proven guilty. I just think it's extremely weird that this person would be involved in multiple stories of the same thing happening. I don't think this could be a case of mistaken identity because unless Matt Damon goes bald and puts on a dress, Sam Brinton seems to be a very unique and easily identifiable individual. I say all that to say that the corruption that we are going to be seeing in the next coming years in America through our government, through society, through the businesses here, will be much more intense than what we've experienced thus far. The Twitter Files Part 2 was released yesterday. A subplot of the Twitter Files, or whatever continuation, is being released as we currently speak on Matt Taibbi's Twitter, where he's talking about January 6th, my least favorite topic on the goddamn planet. Pardon my French. But I say all this to say that regardless, it is going to get worse. These politicians are going to become more and more corrupt. They realize that the way to win elections is now by ballot harvesting. Where it's legal, which is a lot of places, there is no problem with ballot harvesting from a legal aspect. But this gamifies the system. And that's all it is a game. It's a sport. Politics are a sport. Unfortunately, the consequences of this sport are much more dire than that of football or soccer. It's something that is going to affect our livelihoods and the futures of our children. So it's hard for me to maintain patience and keep a positive attitude and not be angry at people for gamifying this system. But at the same time, I understand that the only way to make any type of motion in this system is to get inside of it and win and then change it. So that's where we are. I say all this to say that I hope that people who voted for the current sitting administration are taking into consideration the type of people that came along with their vote. I hope that they're paying close attention to the objects of focus from our government, not being about economics, not being about building our national wealth, building us back up to grace. It's all identity politics and making ourselves feel good and squander and rubbing the mud all over ourselves with the swine and saying that that's the greatest thing that we were made to do with our lives. And I know that sounds a little dramatic, but the more that they lull us into this position of thinking that it's not as serious as it is, the worse it gets, until the world around us is so unrecognizable that we can't even understand how we got here. If anything of that resonates with you, I encourage you to, continue watching my YouTube channel in listening to the, not listening to like as in adhering to the things that I say. But yeah, man, check out my other videos where I give opinions on almost everything happening in the world. And if you have anything that, if you think that I'm silly in what I'm saying or have a differing opinion, please share it. But I say all this to say that I'm not surprised by this Sam Brinton situation. We were just waiting to see which one of them first makes a strange mistake and exposes their criminality. Can't say that we were expecting it to be luggage theft, but and I'm not sitting here trying to say that only Democrats or only the left or whatever are corrupt or criminal. It comes from both sides. But as a person stuck in the middle, I think that it's silly and embarrassing to have these people represent us as a nation. I said that in the first video. I'll say it again. And next week when he steals another Gucci bag from a restaurant, I'll say it again. So we'll meet right here.